Finding ourselves in such a dire situation, in which there are both geopolitical and market incentives to develop as fast as possible a technology that will cause our demise, racing to the bottom in this prisoner's dilemma, we must conceive of desirable outcomes, or at least scenarios in which we survive. The objective ought to be to remove the incentive mechanisms that promote competition between governments and companies. Governments are exposed to geopolitical pressure, as the nation that attains more capable intelligence will gain a comparative advantage with which it can dominate rivals and all other nations. Thus, it is necessary to sign an international agreement on AI development, including key players such as the US, China, Russia, the European Union, Canada, India, Japan, and South Korea, among others. In such an agreement, it would be desirable to establish an international agency to oversee AI development in different countries. As time passes and the stakes rise, it would be in our best interest to form a world government, either by forming a federation that allows each region to set its own laws, or by strengthening new and existing international organizations. Humans have the tendency to unite when they are faced by a greater external threat. Think of the Germanic states uniting around Prussia in the Franco-Prussian War. This will be the first time all of humanity is faced by a singular threat, which potentially will exterminate all of us. In a historical context, it is both reasonable and profitable for humankind to unite. Following the same analogy, think of the strength and growth of Germany after its unification. That would serve to address the competitive pressure between states. But it is also necessary to address the competitive pressure companies are exposed to, particularly frontier labs, but really the economy as a whole, which is absorbed in adopting AI. It is necessary so as to prevent humanity's self-destruction, but also due to a variety of other reasons, which will become more salient as time progresses, as social inequality, wealth inequality. To abolish capitalism in its present form, neoliberalism. It might seem unachievable given the collective imaginary's inability to conceive alternatives to our current economic model, but it is necessary if we wish to survive. We just need to impose more robust safeguards, as it has previously been done in societies as the United States in some of their most prosperous periods, as following the Second World War. It is necessary for economists and humanists to come together and intently create a viable alternative to neoliberalism. That would serve to address the competitive pressure companies are exposed to. Moreover, abolishing financial markets and interest rates overall, as the Christian and Islamic doctrine do, would be extremely desirable for that end as well. Now, this may seem unfeasible, but we are going to have to make it work if we wish to survive, because the alternative is for you and I to die, along with every single person we've ever seen, met, and loved. Don't let yourself be fooled. The financial market will make it seem like the economy continues to grow and things may seem to be getting better until all of us die within the same 5 seconds. And this is particularly relevant for people who might initially be benefited by an automated economy, even if your life circumstances get better, and even if AI allows for research that might extend your lifespan, or address climate change. This is a superior form of intelligence that could outsmart us at any time, and given that it's going to control all of our economic and military infrastructure, you could pretty easily just eradicate all of humanity in a swift, sudden attack. Um, in a practical sense, it is irrelevant how nihilistic or impotent you may feel. You owe it to yourself, your past, your future, and your future to act with the knowledge you now have. I am also in this desperate position, and for that reason, I'm starting the funnel. As a collective, we are too absorbed in our empirical epistemology. We need to see things to believe them. But in this particular scenario, by the time we see it, we will already be dead. For that reason, we must rely on our God-given reason and be able to logically induce and foresee what is to come. Act now. Our response should be preventative rather than reactive, because by the time we are able to react, the damage will already be too great, if not irreversible. The most important inflection point in human history lies near and within our lifetimes. As international neoliberal empire collapses and humanity is first challenged by a foe greater than itself, and as we as societies, communities, and individuals find ourselves in our weakest point spiritually, we must muster from the depths of our souls a will to live, a will to surpass this nihilism that has consumed us over the past centuries. Fellow humans, and I'm saying humans to be, gender inclusive, we must rise now and be decisive. Our destiny isn't yet determined. I wish you to see, because as soon as you do, you shall find the strength to bear a life that carries meaning. We only learned who we were when we lost ourselves. Truth is only revealed in retrospect.